Katrina, let me ask you another question here. There are so many people that do take things for granted. Educate people on some birth defects.
Well, one of the things that happens is every single person who's alive has been touched by the March of Dimes. Um, a March of Dimes researcher was responsible for developing the PKU test that every single baby gets when it's born, and things like that. So we have a long line. It was a March of Dimes researcher who developed surfactant to help tiny lungs who would not be able to breathe, of course, to breathe. I know my own grandbaby, having worked in the March of Dimes, my own grandbaby not too long ago, 6 years ago, next month to be exact, was born with transposition of the great arteries.
Oh.
So I was able to experience firsthand what I had been trying to help families with and comfort families with for such a long time, and it is very scary to be on that other side. But fortunately, March of Dimes does a very good job with that to help families.
Exactly, and there's so much more we can be doing if we get the sponsorships and get the people involved, get people's volunteer time. You know, it takes a lot of people to put this together.
It sure does, and we have very few staff and lots of volunteers, and we just couldn't make it otherwise. And some simple things that a woman can do, simply by taking a multivitamin with folic acid in it every day, can prevent a woman from having a child with some sort of neural tube defect, like a spina bifida or something like that. It can prevent that up to 75%.
That is so phenomenal. See, that's the little things you can do that will help better your life, can change your life, and even save the life of your baby.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about this. I know this is very sensitive for a lot of people to talk about, but they are so many pregnant mothers right now that are using drugs, that are on these different types of maybe painkillers or whatever. It will affect that baby's life.
It absolutely will affect that baby's life. It affects the mother in many ways, her nutrition, her overall health, many things. So that's one of the things that we try to help with and address, is getting the mothers these, first of all, getting them to treatment, and that opens a whole nother issue, because there just aren't enough treatment centers for women who need this treatment.
Exactly. And you've heard the saying, a drug baby. Is there truth to the statement, like if the mother is addicted to drugs, that the drugs will be in that baby's system? Or
Well, usually what is ingested by the mother does cross the placenta and to the baby. And then when those babies are born, those babies go through a withdrawal phase. They're usually very irritable, hard to comfort. They don't eat well. They have poor sucking reflexes, which is necessary for eating.
Right.
They don't sleep well. They're very jittery.
And it could cause brain damage for the child.
It can be very devastating for both the mother and the child. Absolutely.
There's so much we can touch on today, so much we can talk about, but the main thing is we want to get people behind this program, get involved with the March of Dimes, do your part, volunteer, support, get these teams together and put on the walk with Mr. Bill. And Bill, let me ask you this. Coming up in May again, the big March of Dimes walk. Now, is there any certain time limit that people need to come and register for this?
Well, they need to be there at 1 o'clock to register. Then the walk starts at 2.
Okay.
Then our baby for our ambassador this year is Kevin Littrell.
Okay.
He's our March of Dimes ambassador this year.
Oh, that is wonderful. So you guys planned this out many months in ahead. You've got everything together. You just don't go and say, all right, let's have a walk today. You got all this planned out, and it's to the T, and here's what's going to happen, and that's what we need. And we need more people getting together and planning up more programs and more walks, and brother, we can make a difference.
Yes, we can.
And Bill, it's not just for women, or it's not just for, men can come and join in with this walk.
Yes, men are welcome to come. Last year we done a thing just for veterans, invited the veterans to come and be with us last year. We had the motorcycle group come and led us around the park